Here we go. My first session of the Spare Change Challenge begins. So I'm at 5NL on Ignition Casino. I've bought in for my standard 30 big blinds with a $1.50 stack. I'm going to pause the video when there's really nothing going on and we'll discuss hands as they come up. I think that allows me to fit more hands into a short time frame. I don't want to make 30, 40, 50 hour-long videos really anymore. I'd like to stick to 20 minutes being the extreme maximum and hopefully keep them below 15 minutes, with 10 minutes being kind of the goal. So that's what I'm going to try to do, so I'll edit these videos down. If I do happen to play a super long session, I don't want to shorten my sessions, I just want to shorten the amount of time I make you guys grind through watching these videos. And so I'll just plan on doing more videos of more shorter videos. I think it's more interesting for everybody anyway. So here we go. Good luck to me. So I completed in the small blind. I'm playing my first hand. I flopped open-ended. I'm just going to bet fold. And the board pairs. Not the best card in the world for the big blind's range here. So I think we can safely just check fold. I don't think he's folding any sevens, fives definitely, any of those type of hands. So I think we can just give up on that card. There were a lot of cards we could continue there, and that's not one of them. Obviously just going to shove all in. Bonsai with our first all in. Here we go. Can we quadruple up to begin? Let's do this. Call. Unless you have queens or better, then fold. Alright, we're definitely ahead because unless this guy was just trapping in some crazy way. Hopefully he has like nines here. Then 10-9 works. Oh no. Oh Lord. Jack. Okay, so we run bad on our first all-in. That is unfortunate. But we got it in really good there. That's a good sign, right? It says I don't have enough chips, but I had 2 cents left, so I'm not understanding why it sat me out. So let's hope we don't run like that. Hope that's not a harbinger of things to come. Yeah, that was pretty sick. So we will definitely open the Jack 9 offsuit here in the cutoff. On the top right. I guess we'll call this table 2, top left table 1, 3, 4. The typical fare that you guys are probably used to. I'm gonna open the King 9 here. I'm going to check shove on this draw heavy board against what I'm assuming would be an aggressive player often. Flatting on the button like this, or a fish, doesn't really matter. I just noticed I don't have my HUD up. I'll have to do that shortly. But now I'm just going to bet for value, 2 streets. Definitely going to open the ace queen under the gun. Fold the 7-5. Possibly ISO the 9-8 offsuit. Maybe not. With an unknown behind, I might just fold that. Although this is dead money, it's not really a limper. With the ace queen, with the ace of diamonds, I'm going to go for the check shove here. He completes. So yeah, I think I will ISO this. He's a poster. And a limper I would probably not, but a poster I will. And we have a good turn card. We're still committed here, so I'm just going to bet. This guy has a random hand, so I think we're just going to bet and expect it to work often enough. Unless he just happened to connect with that board. Okay. Opening the pocket 5s in the cutoff on table 1 here. Obviously not continuing with the Jack 5 suited out of position. Get 3-bet. Obviously we're not calling to set mine here, so we would either be often just shoving or folding. And I think we'll just choose the latter option this time. And we're just checking and folding on an ace-high board. With this limper, there's a lot of aces in his range. heads up, we could probably profitably lead there. But in a multi-way, we'll just check and give up with just being in the big blind. If I turn a 7, I think I will protect my hand here. It's not likely somebody has a 9 because they would have bet often. So either somebody is trapping or I have them beat. Now this could be anything like 10-8, could be ace high, could be like, I don't know, pocket, I don't know, 5s or something like that wants to see another card, and I think I can get some value from some of those hands. So I'm going to bet small. I'm trying to get another call here, and it's an easy fold if I get raised. So I'm doing strategy discussion while I play, and I'm not sure if that's just boring for you guys, whether I should tone that down a little bit or keep the strategy talk going. I don't want that to be a turnoff for some of you. I know we want to keep this fun. We're building up a bankroll, but at the same time I need to talk about something. So not sure I want to go the route of I forget the guy's name that's really popular on Twitch. He does some strategy discussion, although a lot of it is really not good. And I'm just wondering if he actually is just not a good player that's had some lucky success and he's just dumbing down his discussions on purpose, or whether he actually is just really bad. So I definitely don't want to do that, you know. But yes, I guess I'll just keep doing what I do, and unless some of you tell me just to shut up and just talk about the hands from like a level 1 perspective, which I'm willing to do, which is fine. Or I can just play music and just play the hands and you guys can just watch, you know. Maybe I'll do some of everything. We'll see. And we have Queen Jack suited on table 3. If these players are a little tighter, for sure, I would probably open the 6-3 offsuit. I'm going to stay a little tight in the cutoff. I might play a little tight overall anyway with a short bankroll like this. Definitely can get value from worse on this board, so I think I will have to bet table 3 here. And obviously I'm just going to get it in. The ace is a bad card in that a lot of times it'll look like I have an ace, so I won't get more value from a hand like an 8. But at the same time, he could be a reg and know that I would barrel that card anyway every time, so maybe I could get value from something like 9s. Not that the 9s wouldn't 3-bet this hand, I'm just saying. But I'm going to go ahead and protect my hand and bet again. Maybe get some value from some flush draws that don't include an ace, and at least try to. And on the very next hand, we have pocket queens. I could shove all in. Sometimes that looks crazy enough to get called. And sometimes when I have a deeper stack like this, I'll do that. But I think there's more value probably in just isolating and just playing a pot. Give these guys a chance to 3-bet as well. I do have this 60-20 guy, and I really don't want to shut him out, and shoving does that often, I think. I think that these guys do have a lot of aces in their range. However, it is multi-way, so I think they'll play a little honest. I'm not sure they're going to often bluff and rep the ace. So I think this type of player, the 60-20, will just bet when he has an ace, and he'll just try to check it down otherwise. Now, he could be betting a hand like 8-9 here for only 10 cents, and this guy could definitely be calling with a wide range as well. So I definitely can't fold for 10 cents. And there's a lot of flush draws in this player's range, backdoor flush draws as well. But I will call the 10 cents anyway, just because I think I can be good often enough. I think I got to be good something like 12% of the time or something there. It's just unfortunate I got called by this ace-7. And there's no guarantee that I don't jam there and get called by ace-7, so I like the ISO overall anyway. I turn a jack over here on this table. There are some 7s in this player's range. I think I would rather potentially get value from worse and get some information about a 7 here and set up a cheaper showdown in case. Well, I'm not really worried. I mean, obviously if he has a 7, I'm beat anyway, but I think there is value to raising here, and I think it does kind of I mean, I know you're not supposed to raise for information, but when you can get value at the same time, I think it's fine. And I think this is a good spot to do that, because he can have flush draws and worse jacks as well. If he checks here, it's just a matter of whether I want to go for more value. I'm not supposed to fold for min bets, so I think I will peel here. And I turn 2 pair. I think he's going to raise an ace a lot. I'm going to go for thin value right here. I'm going to shove the tens. And I think I will just bet, well, I don't know. I think he folds a lot of his worst hands. I think that's a bad card for me to bet. I will jam though if he if he bets. And hopefully he has some kind of weak ace. To get a little extra value out of his weak hand there. Could have been just a flat float. He could have had like third pair or something like that. Not gonna ISO the 9-5. He's a type player. I could potentially, with a wide range, do that on the button, but 9-5 I'm gonna play a little tight. Although that's not super tight. I mean, that's not a standard hand to ISO for most players anyway. This is a really connected dynamic board here. I don't think I want to c-bet at 38-25 in this spot. Ace is a good turn card in the fact that he's going to continue with a lot of hands that still connect here. He's going to think that I'm going to rep the ace a lot, and he might float wide with like queen 10 or something. If he is a reg, he might. Not that people at 5NL generally are thinking on that level, but we have to give him the chance, right? I can't just check back. Getting a lot of hands. That's good. Though we get 3-bet by a button player, that's generally strong in a vacuum, especially from a 50-0. There's a fish in the blinds here and a fish behind me, so I'm going to open the king 10 over here on table 1. So I think I'll just give this one up. I will ISO the queen 8 suited for sure. I think betting is better than checking. I have a gut shot, and yeah, so I just, if they don't have an ace, I think I just win this hand a lot. I think it's just with the 4 extra outs here, and a king can definitely be an out as well. Some of the time, so with 4, 5, 6 effective outs based on their hand ranges, I think it's okay to bet here. I'm gonna just try to take it down on the flop. The jack turn's not the greatest card. There's a lot of jacks in his range, and obviously he's not going anywhere with an ace either. He could definitely have a hand like king queen though, and I could be ahead of a hand like queen 10 as well. Not likely, but it's possible. He min bets. I definitely can't fold, and raising is only really getting called by aces and jacks. So I would have to run some kind of other crazy bluff, and I just don't have any room to do that. So I think I could just call and try and hit a queen. I think obviously at 15-1, I'm getting the right price for a gut shot. And hopefully you had a hand like queen 10, and he'll check and we check, and the hand is over. I think he just has an ace here often. He's block betting his ace. I don't think I'm getting him off of that at this level, honestly. There's some player types that could do this, that maybe I could rep the jack here, but I'm just not gonna do it. I don't think my 10's good often enough, although he could be going for like thin value. Getting 5-1. I don't have to be good that often. I just think he has a weak ace here. I think it's highly unlikely he has a hand like queen 10. Well, I mean, obviously I have a blocker to a 10. It's an interesting spot. I don't have to be good that often here. Yeah, maybe I'll call. He just has like, okay, so he has a jack. I mean, that's obviously in his range. I would expect a little bigger bet at some point, because it looks like I have an ace there often enough. But it's fine. I mean, I had the right price if he ever has a 10 or just a bluff there. I mean, he bets so small. If he bet half pot or better, it's just an easy fold, obviously, I think. But I think he just bet the perfect amount for us to call with what we had. If he knew what we had, that would probably be the perfect amount to bet. So yeah, kind of sucks in that regard. So I open the Jack 8. This guy min bets again. I have a 9, so if he has a Jack again, he's just gonna get me if he's min betting. I get led into, I think, a raise to try to get to showdown. Maybe even a raise fold. Although there may be some hands that could get it in once I raise that I am ahead of. But if I am ahead, I'm not ahead by that much. So I think just trying to get to a cheap showdown might be the way to go. And this guy bets 15 cents again. It's hard to imagine what he would be betting here that I'm beating. I think when this guy leads, he just has a stronger hand than I do. Could have had a flush draw that now has an ace. I just think I'm beat here most of the time. I'm going to fold because this guy's still in the hand. I think this guy has a lot of jacks in his range, so I think he can raise here on the river, and I might just be throwing my bet away. And a lot of times he'll have just a better 9 as well. And I think, did I have a better hand there? I don't remember what my kicker was. 10-9? I was chopping? Yeah. That's okay. Small pot. I'm going to bet and protect my deuce on this hand. So this definitely looks like a good game here with this player. I think this guy could be check calling with worse, and I think I could get him to fold a 5 or a 3 sometimes here if I bet. And obviously he's not folding, so I'm going to fold the Jack 10 to a min bet. So I think when this guy makes anything, he's just min betting, whether it be trips, top pair, second pair, or whatever, and just trying to get to showdown. He doesn't want to ever get raised, but at the same time, he's probably not folding if he gets raised, so we'll play that accordingly. I'm actually going to wrap this first session up right now. I wanted to play a short session. It's already gone on for 17 minutes in actual time that you're watching, and I don't want to play long sessions, so I'm just going to go ahead and wrap it up, put this one in the books, and see how we did, which I'm assuming not that great since we lost our 1 all in and we kind of got milked in a couple other hands, but maybe not too bad. I did run it up to like $2 on a couple tables as well, so I mean, obviously this is the short term, and this is just a session where we're just kind of breaking it in and getting started. So we got king, queen. I think I'll just open shove, honestly, with less than 9 big blinds. I just hope I can get a fishy call from one of these two players. Like maybe king jack or king 10, or I mean, if you got like a weak ace, that's fine too. I think just getting this 7 cents is a victory. So we get a little race here, which is fine. Can we win our first race? No! That's okay. I think we're done on this table anyway. Okay, yeah. So as far as equity goes, we got it in this session with jacks versus 10-9, and then we got it in a flip for a small stack as well. So we're 0 for 2 in all ins, and we probably had an average equity of, I don't know, 70% or something like that. So, you know, we probably in EV had a winning session here, and that's all you can ever ask for, right? So I think we got one more hand on this table, so I'll go ahead and pause it until that hand occurs. Alright, so that's it. We didn't have another hand because this player, I think, sat out. So let's wrap this up and see how we did. Refresh. So we're at 23.43. So we lost $2 in that session, which when you consider we only started with 25, that's a bigger hit than you would like, right, to your bankroll. But I did lose that $3 pot, and then that 90-cent pot with either a flip or way the best hand. So it could have been the other way. We could be at 27 or 28 here as well. But that's okay. That's how sessions go. You can't win them all. So we'll definitely, maybe we'll do something different. Maybe we'll play $3 to 4 $1 sit and goes in the next session and see how we do, and then go back to cash after that. So yeah, thanks for watching.